Hey everybody, welcome back. That's my name. This is my channel. I'm Cole, and we're back with another review. This time, Kagurabachi Volume 7, which will probably be the sequel to the last video I made. I can't remember. It's been ups and downs trying to make videos for the channel, but I'm back with these kind of shotgun reviews. This specific series of reviews, too, I've gotten some more recent comments. Thank you guys for all the comments and watching them. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy this series and putting my thoughts out there, talk about it. But I will say, like, this series, I really am treating as more of just kind of like I read the volume and then I give kind of my shotgun style review of it. I think there's definitely some room in the future to have more in-depth conversations about things within the series. And also at the top of the video, when this one comes out, will be the first one since the anime reveal trailer. I'm going to make a dedicated video talking about the anime reveal trailer, but my quick thoughts, I'm really excited. I mean, obviously it's super short, so it's hard to have an opinion. But I'm definitely excited. I'm definitely going to make more of a dedicated video. I didn't feel the need to jump on it right away because, you know, I'm not a big enough channel to really try and ride that trend. I'm just going to talk about it at my pace. And I have some thoughts about it and things that I want to see, things that I want to say, so we'll get there. I'm a little more dressed up than usual than I usually am in these videos. It's Mother's Day when I'm recording this. It's also a good friend's birthday, so I was a little more dressed up, but I kind of like it, so maybe we'll keep that going if I am not lazy for videos going forward. But regardless, we're talking today about Kagurabachi Volume 7. Oh, and, you know, if you're close with your mom or you talk to your mom, it's Mother's Day, you know, before you watch my video, text your mom, call your mom, whatever you need to do, and wish her a happy Mother's Day. And if you don't have that luxury, condolences, but I hope your day was wonderful regardless. And let's get into the review. So this actually just came today, and I just blazed through it because I've been really excited for it. I saw the release schedule, at least as far as Amazon is concerned, for the upcoming volumes. I know the next volume is not till August, and then I think we got to wait. It might not be till 27 to get Volume 9. So I may have to catch up digitally. I may have to break my original rule of reading this just in physical, but we'll see. I'm really trying not to get spoiled, but I need to stop going on Reddit because Reddit will inevitably get me spoiled. I've already seen some stuff from future parts of the series, so I know like some things that might be happening. Regardless of that ramble, this is Volume 7, so it picks up where we left off the last volume. Samura, you know, defeating the Hishaku who attacked the temple where he was being held, and Urahara is there as well, and then Chihiro is having his own fight in the movie theater with I think it's Hirohiko, is the name of the like young Hishaku member who wanted to be Chihiro's friend. And basically, this volume picks up right after with a bang. And I will say too, for people who've been following along, if you haven't read yet, this volume specifically, it's going to be really hard to avoid spoilers, especially in this kind of initial thoughts review. Here at the top of the video, before I get into spoilers, I would just say my general rating and review. This one, I'm going to give another probably 7.5 out of 10. I think that's probably fair. You know what? I'll bump it to just 8 because it's just been super solid. It's just definitely like more build-up to a more epic climax of things that have been going on. So yeah, I say an 8 out of 10 for this one. I mean, the art in this is amazing, and I have some things to say about the art. I'll say briefly, there's a lot of moments that are very like emotionally intense for characters, and the art to me seems in those moments to get almost a little more sketchy, or the lines are a little more rough. And I don't know if that's an intentional touch or not, but I think it really added to the kind of like cinematicness or like the experience of those moments. But all that being said, once again, highly recommend the series, especially if you're trying to catch up. I mean, this is way past where probably a first season of the anime is going to get to, in my personal opinion. So I definitely recommend the series if you haven't started it yet. Go read it, catch back up, and come back to this. And if you're reading along, let me know what you guys thought of this volume, definitely down in the comments. Love to have a conversation. Be wary in the comments, though, of spoilers again, because for people who've read it, I'm willing to talk about it all. But now there will be spoilers. So basically, the big reveal in the beginning of this volume is that Samura, the really powerful sword bearer who got his sword back in the last volume, the Tobimune, he's the kind of bird. I thought it was crows initially, but I guess it's owl-themed sword bearer. And the powers of it have been kind of not really explained. I'll explain maybe a little bit in the last volume that I'm not recollecting. But, you know, very cool powers. But yeah, so the big twist that I was actually shocked by was that Samura is actually working with the Hishaku, but kind of working on his own. He's so powerful. You know, sorry if you hear cars in the background. People are driving past the street. It's daytime. But he's so powerful that the Hishaku can't really, kill him. So they're kind of just dealing with him. But he wants to kill all the other sword bearers. It's kind of back to the Sojo thing and a few other characters in the series where they like misinterpret Chihiro's dad's will. Or like what he believed. We've seen it with a few characters who kind of idolize him, and then Chihiro has his own ideas about his father's like intentions and whatnot, and it's this kind of constant mental battle with other characters. Mental is not the word, but kind of psychological, mental. It's looking for the word battle of ideals. It's kind of this battle of ideals between Chihiro and a lot of other characters throughout the series, and so they're keeping it going with Samura. But Samura actually knew Chihiro's father and was very close with him, so I think this one gets kind of even deeper into it, where he feels like he has more of a connection, to say so. And essentially, Hakuri teleports Chihiro to Samura after he kills Urahara. Urahara is confirmed dead, at least as far as this volume is concerned. It's kind of later in the volume, left a little more up into interpretation, so we'll see. It's a pretty distinct character design to get rid of so quick, but I also wouldn't put it past Hokazono to do that, because I don't think killing characters is something he's really shied away from. And I think that's a good thing. And I think just in general, what Hokazono's got going on as far as where the story's going, I'm super interested and excited about. And that's why I might have to just reread Up digitally to get caught up, because I'm kind of thirsting for it. I don't know if I can keep waiting these long breaks between the English volumes coming out. But yeah, so Samura basically turns on the main characters, and then it becomes a situation of... he also tries to kill Chihiro, but he actually does kill Chihiro. Shiba saves him, and then it seems like Samura used some kind of ability or something to kind of fail-safe Chihiro to come back to life, but it severed his bond with his enchanted blade, but they got the blade. Chihiro wakes up, he gets his sword back, and then, it's kind of your standard getting ready to go back after Samura and get this whole situation handled. But the ninjas who were protecting Samura, the Masumi, I believe they're called, they now kind of answer to Chihiro, or they work for Chihiro, and we get this really awesome panel. It's a panel I was a little bit spoiled for, and I was waiting for it to happen. Really awesome panel of Chihiro and like his new outfit, because apparently ninjas wear like nice like suits, like suit wear. They say this is a traditional ninja gear, I think, at one point, which is very cool. But it's a super badass panel, something I think will be really awesome when it's animated. And so basically the remaining former bodyguards of Samura, who are like the only people who can like fight in his style, and Chihiro work together, and they're kind of getting this plan to go after Samura and kind of handle the situation. Because now the Hishaku also has the other enchanted blade, or Urahara's enchanted blade, and Hirohiko might wield it. And so basically the plan becomes Samura has a daughter who they used some magic on her to seal her memories of him away to keep her safe. The memories are breaking, of course, so the good guys, the Masumi and Chihiro, have to go after her and save her, and we're introduced to some new members of the Hishaku, one of them who has a sword, and is clearly, like, very interested in sword fighting. It's basically, like, his main character trait. He talks about it constantly throughout the rest of the volume. And all these characters converge on Samura's daughter. I was really hoping to see more of a confrontation with Samura in this volume, but I can wait. The suspense is killing me a little bit, and there's a lot of other suspenseful things going on. This is definitely more of an interim volume, I would say, because we're building up to some bigger stuff happening. There is some interesting stuff at the end of the volume with Chihiro, where he's kind of learning to fight without the enchanted blade, because essentially Samura has this one power where he puts, and I'll try and find the image and put it on the screen, but he blocks out the sky with this like image of an owl, and he's basically using it to detect spirit energy to find out if any of the enchanted blades are being used, because they're so powerful that he'd be able to sense it. And so Chihiro can't really use his sword, or the fight is going to start immediately. So Chihiro has to kind of learn to use just a sword with no enchanted blade, but he still has the spirit energy from being an enchanted blade wielder, so he can imbue a non-enchanted blade with spirit energy. And we also learn about Chihiro that apparently, like his father, he kind of has some kind of like photographic memory or something, and so even just from seeing it a few times, he has copied, or he learns in this volume to copy Samura's sword style, which adds this like hyper speed effect that you can get. It's basically like in movies where you see him like just pull the sword out and they like hyper speed. It's basically that ability, but only like Samura and like two other characters can do it. And Chihiro wants to learn this so that he can beat Samura in their fight, but he wants to learn it without N10 first, to kind of become a better fighter beyond the abilities of his blade, because he kind of says that he's been relying on the abilities of his blade this whole time. Overall, I was really, enthralled by this volume. Like I said, I literally got this today, probably 2 or 3 hours ago. I sat down after dinner. Well, I guess that would have been lunch, dinner, midday, dinner. Sat down after dinner, and I just kind of burned through this, sitting in the living room, and I was hooked the whole time. I mean, I'm really, really interested. I think, obviously, I've gotten my claws deep enough into the series that I'm invested now, but I honestly think the story has one of my main issues in the earlier volumes, and I assume that I must have said this in the reviews, or I hope that I did, but was the pacing of some of the arcs. I think the first 2 arcs of the series were paced a little bit quickly. The Rakuzachi was definitely better than the Sojo arc, and that progression has continued. I think this arc is pacing itself a lot better. It's explaining a lot more stuff, and stuff that earlier in the series I don't even think they would have ever gotten into explaining, about the backstory and why everything in the world is the way that it is. And I love that kind of world building stuff, so I was really excited to see a lot of that in this. And when I say it's an interim volume, I don't mean that to be a disparaging term. I just mean that, some of the more exciting stuff that maybe you can kind of tell is coming on the horizon, this is like the build-up for that, but it's very important build-up, and I think the context and world building added in this is way, way better than it has been in previous parts of the series. I think Hokazono seemed to really be hitting his flow in this arc, and like coming into this arc with the last volume and this volume. And I'm super excited to see where it goes. Like I said, I'm itching so bad that I might just start reading digitally to catch up. I'll still do the volume reviews most likely, because that'll be my chance to have my initial thoughts on the chapters. And like I was saying too earlier in the video, I would like to do some more in-depth videos about Kagurabachi and some of the stuff I really like about it. A more like focused, studied video. I like making these just to kind of get my shotgun thoughts out there and maybe start a conversation with some other people. I've gotten some comments that people are also really enjoying the series, and people who are enjoying reading it physically. And I think that's really great. I think trying to avoid spoilers and reading physically is the best way to experience something like this, especially something that is coming out actively, because, the internet is an evil demon that's sent to infect your mind, and it just takes the enjoyment out of so many things when you basically can't avoid being spoiled if you're interested in something, because your algorithm is pushing it to you, and it's a real problem. I have been very lucky to avoid spoilers more recently in my life, deliberately, for a lot of things that I really enjoy. And Kagurabachi's been one of them, and I think it's why I've enjoyed it so much and kind of hooked into it. And so yeah, I mean, if you're a Shonen Battle fan, I highly recommend it. I'm definitely going to have more thoughts about Kagurabachi as a whole in my video about the anime trailer. I am kind of drafting that video in my head, but I want it to be more of a sit-down. I'm probably going to write a little bit more out for it, so look out for that. But yeah, I definitely still recommend the series, still recommend this volume, and still recommend you get out there and read, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and I hope to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below. And for this specific run of episodes, like this is a show or something, but the next volume will be out in August, so I will likely have my review out in August, or sometime after that. Can't say for sure. I'm trying to get some more videos for this channel again, but most of my video making has been poured into Boss Nasty, the gaming channel that I do with my buddy Ethan from Tales from the Shelf here, and Spillage Studios, which I do with Ethan and Patrick. It's a YouTube channel where we talk about movies. They started it more about horror movies, but we've kind of branched out to talk about more just movies, film, media stuff. And so if you enjoy that kind of stuff, we have some long-form podcasts over there, and I implore you to go check them out, because I think we've made some pretty good videos over there. But regardless of all of it, I appreciate it. If you want to see more Kagurabachi content, please let me know. It'll probably be coming regardless. But I definitely want to hear people's thoughts, what you want to see, what you enjoy about the series. And if there's anything else you want to see from this channel, definitely let me know. I have some videos cooking, but, honestly, finding the motivation has been a little bit hard lately. But I'm trying to get back out there. That's the dressing a little nicer for the videos does make it feel better. I will say that. And so maybe that'll push me to do it more, because it's also an excuse to put some cool clothes on, or just nicer clothes. Because usually I'm just wearing a t-shirt and jeans or sweatpants at home, to be honest with you. But that's also working a normal job. So rock on. Hope you enjoy your day. Happy Mother's Day. I don't remember how I end these videos, so see ya.